Hi everybody, welcome back. We're back here at the back of the Roadhouse with a constructive St. Patrick's Day going, making condiments to go with the corned beef. A month ago, on February 14th, somewhere in there, close to it, I started some mustard. Started 2 of them. I've been making mustard for about a year now, and if you haven't tried this, you should. It's extremely easy. It's very satisfying, like a lot of things, and it's just kind of cool to make your own. It's really pretty easy. I'm using whole mustard seeds in here, half brown, half yellow. You can buy a bunch of those from spice supply places. I get it from Penzeys. You also use some ground mustard in here. You use some beer, and you use a little vinegar, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt. But you're gonna basically let this sit in the fridge for a month, and it really ages and it mellows a little bit. Mustard is really pungent straight out of the chute. And I'll let you know a little secret. Everybody's like, oh, you got horseradish in there. No, I don't. But what I do have, though, is I use hot mustard powder, which is, you know, if you have the stuff at the Chinese restaurant with the egg rolls, that kind of, the little pleasure pain up your nose thing, that's what we're talking about. Do I have to use that? Of course not. Why wouldn't I, though? I'm me. So this is the seeds, and it's been soaking. I'm going to put this in the blender. This is average old Osterizer blender, and I like it fairly smooth. The only way to get it really, really smooth is to go buy a $600 blender, which amazingly enough, considering the other kind of stuff I'll buy, I haven't done yet. How's that for self-control? Who knew, right? So anyway, you dump this in, and it's going to be really loud, so I'm not gonna do that. But maybe we'll get back and I can kind of show you how this ends up. So here we go. Got it made. Gonna pour this in my jar right here and scrape the rest out with a rubber spatula. Now, a word on beer. One of these used Guinness, and instead of white sugar, I used a little bit of light brown sugar in there, and I used cider vinegar. I've also done these. You can make these with wine too. I've done it with champagne and champagne vinegar. That was pretty good. To be honest with you, I'm not sure I can tell the difference between all these when it gets down to it. But they are good and they are extremely satisfying. So one of these is Guinness. This other one I made with a Heady Topper. Heady Topper is an American New England style IPA that's made in Vermont. Remember, we're on a kind of a Vermont kick today. I didn't need the Vermont beer opener for it because this stuff actually comes in a can. And if you can get your hands on some of this stuff, or better yet, have a friend that's going, you just go to Vermont yourself and get some. But it's gonna be kind of hard because the stuff's in high demand. They don't make a lot of it. It's not distributed very widely. It's really kind of a local treasure, and it's probably one of the best. If you like IPA, this is one you got to try. This is a golden fleece of a beer if you can find it. It's really great stuff, and it makes good mustard too. So this one actually got kind of smooth. If you like it a little chunkier, just save a little of that whole grain, and you can dump it back in. You can smooth about half it, then pour the grains in. That's really pretty good. When you make these, it's important to use a beer that's really kind of interesting. I mean, you could use, I don't know, Busch Light if you want to, I guess. But a nice fruity, big IPA really goes nice, and you get some nice flavors. And of course, the Guinness. You can see the Guinness. This is the Guinness, and that one's just a little darker. So these are really good. I'm pretty sure my friend Mary's going to get some of this. They got a lot going on, so if I can send anything their way that might make their day a little brighter, I'm going to do it. So I think some mustard's going to be on its way to Cedar something or other, Iowa, wherever it is. So Mary, you're getting mustard. Anyway, that's what we got today. We're going to frost the cake here pretty soon. The thing is still, the corned beef still crocking in the crockery, and I'm going to get to work, and I'm going to get up to my ass in dishes here in about 10 minutes. See y'all later, folks.